Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I am caitbearrr and today we're going to be carrying on with What Remains of Edith Finch, and this is going to be part 2. So let's just crack on. Now just as a reminder, my camera is probably going to be dark because I have played around with the brightness just slightly. So we are in the basement. Pool table. And washing stuff. It's like there's a breeze.
The basement was off limits, unless I wanted another tetanus shot.
This must have been the saw that Barbara's dad cut himself on. I think that was her name, Barbara? Stefan. And he's... Oh, there. A little dragon thing like what's in the pool. In the pond, sorry. A canoe? Nice little workshop, really. Now we're going into the dark.
I saw Edie sneak down to the basement once, carrying packages.
Ah. This is so dark in here. That must be the fridge.
I thought maybe she was hiding presents. It turned out she was hiding a lot more than that.
Secret door. Oh god, this is so dark.
I remember asking Mom once about where Walter had gone. She said after Barbara died, he got as far away as he could.
Oh. A stash of food.
If there's a pattern in all these stories, I think it's that none of us has gotten very far.
Oh my god, this is an underground bunker. Walter. Little train. Let's turn these back up. Walter.
Goodbye, everyone. I can't believe I've been down here for 30 years. On that first day, after the shaking started, I didn't think I'd survive a week. But after a few days, I settled into a routine. That's what kept me sane. Having a schedule, living for today.
Where's that peach?
I always expected to be dead tomorrow. But if you wait long enough, you get used to anything. Even a monster on the other side of the door starts to feel normal. Almost friendly.
Oh, peaches. I used to be addicted to those things.
And one day, everything just stopped.
All the years of...
Whatever that thing was, it was gone. Maybe it got tired of waiting. Or maybe I just got tired of being afraid. It's been a week now, the longest in 30 years. I'm done waiting.
No peaches?
I have to leave. Well, I still can.
Where'd that message go? Oh. This is some hidden underground place, isn't it? Stoked right up with things. Oh, toys, I think those things are.
I know it's out there, somewhere.
What is it? What is it?
Whatever killed Barbara. And Molly. And Calvin. Maybe this is all a mistake. But I need to stop living the same day, even if it kills me. Whatever's out there, I want you to know I'm ready for it. I'm going to appreciate all of it, especially the food. I don't mind if I only have a year left. Or a month. Or a single week. I'd be happy with one new day. I can already imagine the sun on my face.
No way, he actually left and then he got hit.
Walter died when I was 6. I can't believe my mom never told me he was down here. I'm sure my mom was trying to protect me.
Yeah, probably. And to keep you from going down there. Let's go.
Maybe she was afraid I'd end up like Walter. But if she never told me about an uncle under the house...
What else was she hiding?
Imagine what else she was hiding.
What is this?
I don't want to make the same
rubbish
mistakes she made.
Sorry. The rubbish area. Okay, he had lots of food though. Guess we're going under. Wait, can I go in? Oh my god.
Bury something that's still alive.
Hopefully we'll hear the train.
Now that there's only one of us left, or maybe 2, I thought it was time I heard the stories for myself.
I think it may be best if we just
What
run.
happened to everyone else? But now I'm worried the stories themselves might be the problem. Maybe we believed so much in a family curse, we made it real.
Water. This little memorial area. No way did it just go off into the water. My god. Oh, I gotta say. A bit.
I don't know if I should even be writing this. Maybe it'd be better if all this just died with me.
What's that?
But I thought you should know about your family.
Oh, it's got a face. What's that? Oh. Oh, it's one of those.
History you're a part of.
I can't remember what they call them. What is that out there? We're not going towards that, are we? No way can I get in that water. Should I just try just to see? Oh, thank God. What is that out there though? Kind of looks like a boat or something. Let's
To
go
be
up.
honest, I feel as lost as you probably do right now. I think the people in these stories believed them for what that's worth.
This is nice though, having a little lake. Well, it'd be the sea, wouldn't it, really? Coming down and do some canoeing. Lovely.
And
There's the Sphinx.
Had that history of imagination and stubbornness and madness. Any of it seems possible.
That's eerie, innit? Is that a statue? Looking out. What is that sound? What is that over there? Oh, let's go this way.
I think we've been surrounded by death for so long, we've just gotten used to it. What kind of family finishes building a cemetery before starting the house?
Oh, okay, we're going to the
It's
cemetery.
embarrassing for me to admit this, but the pet cemetery made me more uncomfortable than the human one. Three of the gerbils were mine, and 2 had been my fault.
So many animals. Little frog.
Sven built the house, but it was Edie who designed the cemetery.
Okay. Oh, sorry, I was spinning around to read them. Molly Finch. Calvin Finch. We don't know what happened to him yet. Sven and Edie. Walter Finch. Oh, and that's a little person. Barbara Finch.
I'm sure Odin's monument had been Edie's idea. My mom was always trying to move on, but for Edie, the past never went away. She could see it poking out of the water at low tide.
God, I got itchy nose, sorry. What are we gonna see?
Edie said she dreamed about the old
Ah.
house every night.
How amazing to have that still there, though. I mean, not nice for the daughter of him, but for history. That sounds quite bad, actually, doesn't it? Do I have to turn back now?
Edie's side was always easier for me to understand. But the older I get, the more I can see where my mom was coming from.
Gregory, Sam.
Her dad had been pretty strict, but it wasn't
Gus.
enough to save her brothers. She was just trying to do better. She lost 2 of her brothers, just like I did. I get why she tried so hard to protect us.
Milton, Sanjay, and Lewis.
We never found Milton's body, so my mom insisted we were putting up a monument, not a tombstone. There's so many things I wish I could ask my mom now. Part of me thinks this is what she wanted all along. For me to come back someday and find everything out for myself.
It's like a little treehouse.
But looking back on it now, if she told me there was going to be so much climbing, I never would have come when I was 22 weeks pregnant.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, you don't do this. Oh, is it gonna snap? Jump or something. That sounded like it was gonna go. That was a nice place to have like dinner and stuff. Up on that treehouse thing. Now I don't want to walk on that bit. Let's go up here. Oh, there's a ladder.
I never met Grandpa Sam, but I think he and my mom had a lot in common.
Barbecue and no smoking area.
They were both pretty intense.
Or bear. So this is his room. Let's go over here. Oh, just put it back down, sorry.
Dawn, I promise, you'll never forget this weekend.
Yes, sir.
These memories are gonna last a lifetime. Perfect.
It's gonna rain the whole weekend, isn't it?
What are we gonna take a picture of?
Please just take the damn picture.
Hey, language.
Oh, sorry, I didn't realize you were over there.
Never forget this weekend, Dad.
That's the spirit. Okay, got it.
I'm gonna take some pictures, okay?
Just be careful. That camera's older than you are.
What's that sound?
You're right, Dad. It's starting to clear up. Still freezing, though.
Definitely should not have drunk all that coffee. Hey!
That's a keeper.
A bit weird doing that.
I'm just saying, I'm not always gonna be here, Dawn. You'll need to remember this stuff, if you want to survive.
I'll be fine, Dad.
You know who else thought he was gonna be fine?
Some guy who died.
Dawn, I'm being serious.
I know, Dad.
Oh, that's great.
Serious. Doesn't being out here make you want to chill out?
Well, to tell you the truth, I haven't been out here in 20 years.
Do I have to take a picture of that? No? Ah, of course.
Last time I was with my brother Calvin. Dawn, don't you think you could find something more interesting to photograph?
Sorry, I am not sure.
Your grandpa Sven taught us how to fish, how to build a fire. We found an old logging trail.
I thought that would have been all that.
I bet if I could remember where that trail was, we'd spot a buck for you in no time.
All that. Oh,
Dad!
of course.
Good eyes, Dawn.
And there. I mean, I'm just taking pictures of everything, really, aren't I?
Before you take the shot, let me get a picture of you.
Oh,
Dad, I...
Just... Let me get behind you.
Do I have to do this?
Dawn,
oh,
I have to do anything. But if you want to survive, you'll need to be strong. Great shot, Dawn!
what? You gonna take a picture of yourself now? Of your crying daughter?
I'm proud of you, Dawn. Always
Oh.
remember that, okay?
Wait.
Dad, it's twitching. I think
That's
it's
totally
so...
normal, Dawn. Just focus on the camera. Try not to think about...
Dad!
My God. I was not expecting that.
Of all these stories, that's the one I wish most that my mom had told me.
Why? Oh, not nice.
His life shooting photos, but Mom said he got nervous being in front of the camera. I guess we're all afraid of something.
Not nice for the daughter. I mean, she shoots a deer, and then, or a buck, whatever you call them, and then it comes back alive.
Instead of hiding from death, Sam seemed to go out of his way to meet it.
I said a real cat. And a squirrel. Jeez. Let's go over here, because there was a little door, so... These little compartments are creepy, but I like them. It's like it's all, the house is all connected. What is that? Oh, nerve vent.
After Sam died, my mom and Edie got really close. They'd both lost a lot.
Maybe Kate? Oh, my God, that picture's a bit... a bit spooky. Gregory. Right, let's go over to Gregory. 1976 to 77. Jesus. Divorce contract.
Dear Kay, do you remember the way Gregory used to laugh when he thought he was alone? Like something funny was happening, but only he could see it. I think he saw things the rest of us don't.
I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. Oh. What am I, a frog?
Time's over, Gregory. It's time to... Hold on, sweetie. Hello? Sam, I told you I don't want to talk right now.
Oh!
I wonder what he saw.
Oh my God, I'm not gonna get them.
What his world was like.
Poor ducks. Oh.
He reminded me so much of Calvin. Lost in his imagination. Whatever it was, he saw.
Oh my God, they're following me. Am I supposed to get this down? No? Oh, okay, so I'm supposed to...
It sure made him happy.
It's upside down. Oh, we need to get that bubbles. That's what I think. Oh my God.
I know how silly it sounds. But I worried about a baby being too happy. But I could feel him slipping away.
What was that?
Gregory?
Oh,
I know you did everything you could. Maybe if I hadn't called that night.
Damn it. Hold on, I don't want Gregory to hear this.
what do I do? Oh. I'm so scared. Is this what I'm supposed to do?
She could have told us about the world he saw.
I thought the plague was out. Oh, God.
There's so much I don't understand about Gregory. About everything.
Are we gonna try and undo the...
But I know what happened wasn't your fault.
Oh, that's sad.
I'm sure he's happy.
I didn't want to go down the plug. That's really sad.
Be happy too. Good luck, Kay. Love, Sam.
And she kept all the toys. That's so sad. But that is why you don't leave kids alone in the bath. At all. It just kind of shows you done it.
I can't imagine my mom ever writing
Yes.
poetry, and yet
Poem.
A poem
Fuck.
for Gus, who always said the wedding was a bad idea. Our father never hit us kids, at least not very hard, before the day my brother said with teenage disregard that he'd be dead before he'd see a wedding in our yard.
Oh, do I have to... Ah. What does this say?
My father made him come, of course, but Gus stood far apart, just flew his kite and bottled up the storm inside his heart.
Oh, sorry, I'm going a bit.
I tried to talk him out of it, but though he'd never met her, we don't need a stepmom, were the words that I
I now
remember.
pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss the bride.
Pardon? Now I'm going over this side, just have a little look. Is there anything? Is this? Yeah.
When the time for photos came, Dad ordered him to come here. But Gus declined and as a sign held up his middle finger.
Oh.
The wind picked up and panicked geese appeared and quickly went. But all the humans did that day was go inside the tent. The rain came down in buckets then, but no one seemed afraid that nature might destroy the tent our dad had crudely made.
Where was the tent over here? Yeah.
The thunder sounded much too close and full of angry power. But all my father said to this was, "Make the music louder."
Oh no. Am I going to the left? Yeah.
I wish that I could truly say I thought about you on that day. Out there on the beach alone, just you, the wind, the sea, and foam.
My God.
Until we found you. She never talked about him, but Mom told me once if I was a boy, they were going to name me Gus.
So was he hit by something, or was he pulled out? I feel like he was pulled out. Do your worst. It's like a schoolroom. Lockers. Library. So many apparatus. Oh my God, can we climb?
My mom moved up to the loft after her brothers died. At the
Oh
time,
yeah, so that'll be her
the
brother.
way she could get.
Holy Bible.
Religion was another thing my mom never talked about, but I think it helped her a lot after her dad died. She spent a summer building houses in Calcutta, where she met my dad, Sanjay. My mom moved to India a week after graduation and got a job teaching English. Lewis was born a year later.
Solar panels. Can't go down, we gotta go up.
When my dad died, I don't think Mom knew where else to go. I'm sure Edie was happy to have her back. And to see kids in the house again. The house had to get a little bigger, but Edie was used to that.
Let's go in.
And for a while, things were good. Almost normal.
Little classroom.
But it didn't last. The beginning of the end was Milton's 10th birthday, when Edie gave him a castle.
We're at the top now, I think. Yeah, oh no. More. Of course there's gonna be a peephole. Of course there is a peephole.
After Milton disappeared, the only thing he left behind was a room full of paintings.
Like a lighthouse, isn't it? Let's go around just in case. Oh, we can actually go in. Let me just go around. Just in case. Is it gonna take me back to the beginning? Just wanted to make sure there wasn't anything else to do there, so let's open this up. Footprints. Do we stand on it and pull ourselves up, maybe? That's cool, isn't it? That is like a little hour. Little artiste. Milton. Let's read this.
Milton Finch in The Magic Paintbrush.
Oh, is it flicker?
was 4 when Milton disappeared.
Go down.
Mom spent months searching for my brother. Then she sealed the doors.
I wonder where he went. Can we get out? Yeah.
Whatever Milton had found in the house, Mom didn't want it getting out.
Wait, should we have checked that painting quick, just in case, you know? I know it's not gonna be... Okay. This is an amazing little house. Well, it's not little, you know what I mean, with all these stories. Let's go up.
Mom definitely blamed Edie, but I think Louis blamed himself. After he graduated, he just spent more and more time in his room. Until Mom got him a job at the cannery. Everyone always told me to stay out of Louis's room. Except Louis.
That's funky. Oh, is that a shisha? Ah. Do we have to go this way? Or can I go? Yeah. Such creativity with like the shape of the house. And obviously the stories, but
Louis's room smelled very, very familiar. That part of him lived on. Louis and I spent a lot of time playing games together, but he was surprisingly bad at them. He died a lot.
so there's just a little PC up here. Let's have a look at this.
Dear Mrs. Finch, as Louis's psychiatrist, I can understand your desire for an explanation. As I see it, the trouble began in January, shortly after we convinced your son to seek treatment for substance abuse. Newly sober, I believe Louis first noticed the monotony of his daily life. He kept working at the cannery.
Oh, what's going to happen here?
But he withdrew part of himself. In our sessions, I saw the same behavior. His mind began to...
Oh. Oh. Oh no.
I asked him to describe it. He said he started small, imagining a labyrinth. He'd feel his way about. Then something moved. Bats. And toads. And things that have not names. He knew it was all in his head. But he took it very seriously. I had hoped he'd find himself.
Oh god, something's gonna happen.
But he found something more. I worried about him then. Daydreaming at the cannery. I spoke with his boss. But he said Louis had become a model employee. Methodical, tireless, focused. Like a whole new Louis. So I let him go on.
I don't want to see whatever happens.
I even encouraged him. It seemed very promising at first. He told me he'd made a new friend. On the edge of a city he named Lewis Topia. He built the city up slowly, brick by brick. Then he made musicians. And songs for them to play. He talked about starting a band.
It's like I'm trying to keep my eye on the left, but also on the fish.
Every day his imagination grew stronger. He no longer spoke at the cannery. But his chopping was as reliable as ever.
Oh my god.
Then one day it struck him that all the cheering crowds, even the stones under his feet, were all in his imagination. So he could do whatever he wished. He held an election for mayor. And he won. They begged him to stay, but his mind was already wandering. It became a game for him.
Oh my god.
He'd conquer a city, then immediately push on. New Louisville. St. Louis. He started drifting away from our reality. Minneapolis. Until one day he forgot to go home from the cannery. Even as his mother pleaded with him, part of Lewis kept sailing on. The Queen was on her own quest for
Radiant rainbows.
radiant rainbows. He followed the sound of her
Silver harp. Let's kind of go with this kind of like
silver harp.
vibe.
His chase led him to a golden palace east of the sun and west of the moon. Even
Oh.
then, his logic remained sound.
Oh god, where's the machine gun?
He knew the world was all in his imagination.
Two fish? Oh my god.
But he was so proud of having created it. In his own eyes, he'd become something greater than a king. For someone who'd never known success in the real world, I think it was overwhelming. And then it struck him that the real Lewis was not the one chopping salmon, but the one climbing the steps of a golden palace. My imagination is as real as my body, he told me. It was hard to argue with him.
Finish work. Oh, this is ours. Chinese, Game Boy, well, you know, whatever it is. Nintendo.
He began to forget the world we know. I think it pained him to remember Lewis, the cannery worker. He began to despise the man with a royal contempt. I still thought I could save him. Even after he said he was being crowned king over all the lands of wonder. The palace would be packed with his companions. Including the wise Calico who'd insisted on advising him. His queen waited, holding his crown. There was only one thing left to do.
Oh my god.
His head. And the rest I think you know. Mrs. Finch, your son was a kind man who will be missed by all of us who knew him.
That was quite ruthless.
My brother was really cool. I wish you could have met him.
That made me all like flustered.
He was so proud of being Indian. I think for him, it was a way to be something other than just a Finch. On the way back from Lewis's funeral, my mom told me to start packing. She waited until the day before we left to tell Edie.
Oh wait, where am I going? Did I just come from here? Wait, I'm so confused.
I'm not sure if she wanted to make it easier or harder. I wish we'd stayed.
What's that? I don't know. Can't remember what you call those things.
But I understand why we left. My mom ended up leaving everything behind.
But why?
What happened that night had been coming for a long time. Maybe it should have come sooner.
What?
But it had to end one way or another. All that's left now is to tell you about that last night. That whole last day, Edie just watched us pack and didn't say a word. Until supper, when she raised her glass and said,
"To our final night together, and all our final nights apart.
Grandma, you know what I said about alcohol. Some of your medications are very
Edith,
specific.
I left a present for you in the hallway. Why don't you go open it? The grown-ups have to argue now.
I'm sorry, you're right. We're all leaving tomorrow. Let's just enjoy our last...
I'm not leaving.
Edith, you're excused.
The power had been shut off that morning, but Edie always had plenty of candles. When my mom sealed the library, I don't think she knew about the other entrance. Or that Edie had a key to it.
How did I get in? Honestly.
That thing you're afraid of isn't going to end when you leave the house. Edith has a right to know these stories.
My children are dead because of your stories. I think it's best if Edith and I leave tonight. We'll have the nursing home send a van for you in the morning. Okay?
History of the Finches.
Dear Edith, there's so many stories I wish I could tell you, but there's only time for one. This is about what happened on the night you were born. That night, the tide went way, way out. It was the first and last time I ever saw the old house aground. There'd been an earthquake out in the middle of the ocean. They called it the lowest tide in 1,000 years. God, it smelled awful. No, I've seen that house every day of my life. But I never thought I'd go back to it. When the fog rolled in, I lost my way.
God.
I got turned around.
Yeah, I'm just gonna keep going like straight or around things, you know.
I started seeing things. Things I'd forgotten had ever existed. But when I saw them, they felt like old friends.
Oh,
That
did
night,
they made it?
a lot of things came back to me. Or maybe I came back to them. Things I can't explain, but that I need you to try and...
Edith, what are you doing in here?
It's mine!
Edith!
Mom, you're gonna rip it! Let go!
Okay, it's gonna rip.
I kicked and screamed, but Mom dragged me to the car. I never saw Great Grandma Edie again.
Oh, that's sad. Oh, Grandma.
The band came to pick her up, but she was already gone. After that, we moved around a lot. We both tried to make the best of it. A few years went by.
I shake it faster because
My mom didn't like to talk about it. but she started getting sick a lot. The rest happened pretty quickly. She got better for a while, and then she didn't. And then I was alone. The last Finch left alive. Until I found out about you.
Hmm?
I'm still not sure what to tell you
my
about
baby.
all this.
I forgot she was
If we
pregnant.
lived forever, maybe we'd have time to understand things. But as it is, I think the best we can do is try to open our eyes. And appreciate how strange and brief all of this is. This journal was supposed to be for you. But now I hope you'll never see it. I just want to meet you and tell you all these stories myself.
Oh my god. Where am I?
If you're reading this now, things didn't work out that way. This is where your story begins. I'm sorry I won't be there to see it. It's a lot to ask, but I don't want you to be sad that I'm gone. I want you to be amazed that any of us ever had a chance to be here at all. Good luck.
That was a good gameplay. I like that. All of it was just good. The stories. I like the kind of like vibe. That was the ending of that. It was a very interesting play. I would like to play more games like that, to be fair, in future. I like the whole stories and the house, like just the whole aesthetic of it. And obviously some of it was quite intense. Like I started sweating, especially at the fish place. But yeah, if you enjoyed this, please comment and like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Bye everyone.